Well, the Bearcats are looking to continue a 12-year tradition of season opening wins against the tough Minnesota State. Brett Kennedy has more.
Here in the press box of Bearcats Stadium in Maryville, as the Northwest Missouri State football team hosted NSIC Power Minnesota State for Week 0, a tough matchup. Northwest coming in with 12 straight season opening victories, looking to make it 13. Two top 25 teams as well. Bearcats ranked 22nd and Minnesota State 13th. Minnesota State jumped up first in this one. Quarterback Hayden Eckern gets lost in the scrum, but breaks outside for a 6-yard touchdown scamper. Mavericks went for 2 and got it. 8-0 Minnesota State early. But before defensive-minded Rich Wright knew it, Minnesota State would strike again in the second quarter. It's Eckern again for the Mavericks, this time right up the middle from 14 yards out. He had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half. 15-0 now. Northwest only had 1 deep drive in the first half. Right before halftime, inside the 15-yard line, the junior from Savannah High School, Jaden Brady, coughs up the football and the Mavericks recover. Costly turnover. Minnesota State was up 22-0 at the break. Second half, now down 29-2. Junior quarterback Chris Runke starting his first meaningful game for the Bearcats. The 43-yard bomb to junior Andrew Bradley. Northwest finally gets in the end zone, 29-9 at that point. The Bearcats and Blazers loving it in the student section. Minnesota State driving in the fourth quarter. Eckern is picked off, though, in the end zone by senior Trayon Jones for the touchback. Huge takeaway by the Bearcat defense. A few plays later, Runke scrambles to his right and somehow squeezes this pass into junior Luke Matthews, and he weaves his way down the field, breaking tackles for a marathon 80-yard touchdown. Extra point is no good, 29-15 at that point. The Bearcats band trying to cheer their team right back into it. A little over a minute later, Minnesota State has to punt, but the punter drops the ball, and junior Shane Fredrickson falls on it on Minnesota State's 13-yard line. Bearcats smelling the comeback now. Very next play, Runke hits a bullseye. Junior Tank Young is wide open in the back of the end zone, and it's 29-22 with almost 11 minutes left to play. Northwest just down 7. But Minnesota State would grind the clock down, and Hayden Eckern would finish it off. A 15-yard rushing touchdown, his 4th of the night. Minnesota State had 218 yards rushing as a team. Northwest had -17 Thursday night. That was a huge factor in the Bearcats' defeat as Northwest falls 36-22.
We're Northwest Missouri State, and we're going to play good football teams. And that's a good football team out there. They're a very good football team. We knew that going in, at least I knew that going in, and our staff knew that. And so, I've been around here long enough with Coach Churchma. We've played, Abilene Christian and lost a football game. We played Texas A&M Kingsville and lost a football game. What really matters now is how we respond.
I think the second half showed us what we could do whenever we play how we should. We got to get the run game going a little bit better. Struggled in the run game. But I think that teaches us we just got to start fast. We can't dig ourselves a hole like that.
Them being a ranked team and from a different conference, it kind of gives us a landmark to where we want to be at, especially us playing them first game of the season. So I feel like with that wake-up call, we're going to do a lot of big things this year.
Not a good way to start the season for the Bearcats. Now Northwest begins MIAA conference play. The team will play next at Nebraska Kearney on September 7th at 7 p.m. Reporting from Maryville, Brett Kennedy, KQ2 Sports.